So I think that to say I'm going to pledge tonight to do that without being there to look at all of the ins and outs of the budget would be premature. I am committed to looking at the tax structure. But currently I have been a part and watched our city. We're now in collective bargaining. We still have a ways to go in collective bargaining. We have added Virginia retirement systems to our portfolio, which has added other dollars. We now have the Diamond District that's online. We now have the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that has shifted, and now the dollars that go to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund are now a part of the debt. It's now time to look to see where we are before we can actually lower the tax structure. But I am committed. I recognize that the people of Richmond need relief, and I want to be able to provide that relief. But I want to do it in such a way that we can provide excellence in services. I'm a firm believer that if you get excellence in services, it might not be that you're seeing the price as a problem. Thank you.
Mr. Addison.
Yes, real estate taxes are one of the biggest things the government has discussed over the last 8 budgets I've been a part of. So here's the challenge. We have a system that punishes you for staying in your home when your neighbor buys and sells their house. We've seen a home study that showed that racial disparities around black home ownership is being lost at an alarming rate. And that's due in part to what government's taxation structure is. That's why in 2019, I went to Jennifer McClellan, who was then state senator, to work on adding Richmond to a list of cities that's allowed to do a real estate tax reform opportunity. In 2022, City Council funded the study and the implementation plan that has created a roadmap to understand how we can separate how we tax real estate. More importantly, transitioning our burden of balancing our budget from homeowners to focusing on our new growth. More importantly, the thriving, beautiful cities outlined in the Richmond 300 Master Plan. I'm tired of taxing homeowners. Let's focus on our vision of future together.
Dr. Revolt.
You know, I think housing affordability is the biggest crisis that our community is facing right now. It's actually the reason that I decided to run for mayor. After living in the east end of Richmond for 20 years and seeing house rental rates rise and property tax assessments rise and many of my low-income neighbors getting pushed out of the neighborhood. I think we absolutely need to look at property tax reduction. We also need to make sure that tax relief is done in an equitable way and that we are prioritizing people who struggle the most with the most tax relief. Sounds like this decision is going to get made by council before any of us take office, but know that I am 100% committed to working with the council to make sure the budget is balanced, whatever they decide.
Mr. Devlin.
With all these things outweighing against the budget, we have a lot of experience up here where we should at least be able to forecast. I've supported Weaver Trammell and the 4-cent drop on the real estate tax because I believe that we would need relief, and that's an initial relief. We can do more. I pledge that we can take that down to $1.08. Reason being, I have a method of bringing in more real estate revenue by creating micro communities, utilizing prefab homes, which their price range is under $100,000, and we can sell them at a market value of $175,000. And if we have 11,000 units, we can generate around about $800 million. We need to create a new stream of revenue, and not just relying on the backs of the citizens and the real estate tax. Thank you.
Mr. Rodet.
The critical issue that we are facing is how do we support the majority of Richmonders that are renters and are seeing their rents increase, and our homeowners who are seeing their real estate assessments go up too fast relative to their incomes. I am strongly in favor of a targeted approach. I am tired of seeing people pay over $1,000 a month to live in apartments that are infested with mold and have landlords that don't do their job. I'm tired of hearing from our neighbors who say, because of these assessments, I don't think I'm going to be able to live in the neighborhood that I have called home for decades. I support targeted relief for those individuals that is meaningful. A citywide tax cut would disproportionately benefit homeowners with home values over $1 million and jeopardize core services. Let's focus on supporting the people who need the help.